Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We had a good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things, that's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Ooh, timing.
I'm going to say good evening and welcome. I'm joined by Carl. Yeah, good evening and welcome. I am Gilly, your host for this evening. It's this week's main podcast. I am joined tonight by my capable assistants, Carl and Luke. Carl, how are we doing?
I'm doing okay. I appreciate you taking the hot seat tonight. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. And I'm joined by Luke as well. Luke, how are we doing?
Yeah, all right, mate. Kids running rings around me as per. Absolutely knackered, but we move.
Good stuff. I'll get straight into it then. So, a few things to cover off tonight. First one, FA Cup, Norwich. I think, well, I'll come to you first, Carl. So, we talk about the lineup. I think we expected a few changes. Did it surprise you just how many changes we saw going into that match?
I don't think it did, to be fair, but the one that did surprise me was that he left Ampadu in there with the rumours. I don't know if anyone else saw it, or was it, I don't know what the crack was, but there was rumours about he wouldn't be back until after the international break or something like that. So I was a bit perplexed as to why he was playing him, but he seemed to be fine. I kind of expected the changes that we got, really, to be fair. We've got a big game against Crystal Palace, and we need to keep the engine in the legs of the players that are going to be starting that game mainly, like, you know. So no, I wasn't shocked, but I was actually pleasantly surprised with the lineup, because I thought there was enough in it to beat Norwich.
And yeah, you would hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I think if we look at the formation then, Luke, I'll come to you on that one. So there were a few puzzled faces looking at each other in the stands. What's the actual formation going to be? Because obviously we've done a lot with wing backs and three at the back and so on. It looked like a return to the 4-2-3-1. We had Nonto, James in the side and out wide. So was it a surprise to you to see us change the formation, or was that just the personnel that it looked like we wanted to use, driven by that?
I think it was a bit of both. I think that was the formation that served us so well in the Championship and won us the Championship last season. I think the fact that we had an improvement in terms of playing personnel on last season that were out there, you know, that team that we put out there would win the Championship probably, you know. And that formation, I think we had to play that. I think we had to play to that simply because of the personnel. When you're trying to get minutes in, players like Willie Nonto and Dan James, that simply wouldn't suit the current formation that seems to suit us better in the Premier League. And look, it goes back to Farke's adaptability again, and he isn't a one-trick pony. I think probably, arguably, up until City away, people probably would have said that he was a bit of a one-trick pony. But when he's actually gone in and made changes, can you then continue to say that he's tactically inept and he makes no changes? He doesn't change formation, doesn't change personnel. I was quite surprised to see so many changes, I'll be honest, because I thought he'd probably want to keep the tempo ticking over. But I would have made that many changes. I think probably that is pretty much the lineup I would have gone with. In the cup, I don't think I would have changed anything else in terms of the starting lineup. Bornau was probably my biggest question mark at right back, and he was poor at right back for me as well. To be fair, I thought he got done a couple of times, looked very average. But when he's in a back, when we've seen him in a back three, he looks more than capable. So I doubt we'll probably be seeing him in play there again for us ever, hopefully. But
did he play at full back against the Scum, or what are you centre back? He played against the Scum, didn't he?
We didn't. We played. He played right centre back, didn't he? And Justin, I think, played outside him because Bogle was injured. Is that right?
Do you know, I just remember him playing quite well, but I was in East Stand for that one and he were in front of me and I couldn't remember whether it was right-sided centre-back or at full-back.
I think he was the right-sided centre-back off the top of my head. I mean, I'm going completely off memory, and by the way, my memory's shit. So
he was a right. Yeah, you're right, lads. He was a right-sided centre-back. He was in there with Beal and Strike.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and did Justin play right-back? Was Bogle injured that day?
Justin did play right-back.
Whoa! Surprised myself.
Well done.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I think that was. But I'll be the first to admit as well that I had concerns going into that game because Norwich are playing relatively well. Wholesale changes. I know they've got some players out injured and whatnot, but they only made one change from their previous fixture, which that. When you look at that, then they're not. They beat Leicester 2-0 comfortably with that team effectively, and just changed the goalkeeper, and who eventually came on anyway. So that starting 11 was not the starting 11. So that 11 was the 11 that beat Leicester away from home the week before they played us. So I was concerned, especially when you haven't played. Match fitness comes into it, match sharpness. There was a lot of question marks, and it was one of those that could have quite easily been a bit of a red herring for us, or a banana skin, or whatever you want to call it. And I think we came out of it unscathed, and Norwich didn't really ever look dangerous. I didn't think. I thought we controlled it from the first minute, and as comfortable a 3-0 as they come in, it could have quite easily been more, couldn't it?
Well, like you're kind of right to think like that as well, Luke, about it being a potential banana skin, especially how we played against Birmingham last time out, and that was far more cagey than the game on Sunday there. But it was nearly the same team that was playing against Birmingham, and it's a massive difference. You could see that players were actually trying to play for a spot, like as opposed to whatever happened. I suppose it was because Ampadu came on in the second half. I think against Birmingham, that kind of changed that game. But at the same time, that wasn't. If Norwich are on a good run of form at the moment, I don't think it showed, or it might have showed how weak the Championship has got. If they're
quite low down though, aren't they? I mean, they've turned things around recently, but they're quite a long way down. So
yeah,
it's difficult, isn't it? And I guess you are right, Luke. I think coming through it unscathed, in control, maybe carry a little bit of momentum out of it, get some minutes into legs of fringe players. That's the intent when you play against the side in a lower division. It look like you're in control and just get through the tie. There's no, it's if you win it, well, you expected to win it. You're playing against a side from a lower division, and if you don't, it's what on earth are you doing? So it's just getting through unscathed, like you said.
I think as well. It's I think we needed that result as well as a squad, as a group, on the back of City and that horrible Sunderland result, which probably was undeserved from their perspective, and on our perspective, the loss as well. So it was one of those where it's nice to be in the hat and move forward. The question marks now start coming is what do we do in the next round? But I know we'll come to that when we come.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll bridge, but do we play full strength and actually go for it down at West Ham, or do we just let the lads who've got us there continue to see? It's a tough one, but we'll cross that bridge and we'll get into that as another discussion another day, I'm sure. But really enjoyed the performance, to be fair, mate. I thought there was some really, really strong performances from some players in there that probably had a fair bit to prove, certainly this season. Willie Nonto looked sprightly. I still think he did quite a lot poorly, but again, that probably comes with match sharpness and fitness and whatever. I thought Dan James looked really, really sharp again, as he did when he came on against Sunderland. Metcha looked a real handful as a lone striker. I think that's probably the first time we've seen him as a lone striker look like a real handful. But I think Pirro played off him quite well, even though Pirro was relatively
anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous is probably the best word.
It was earlier on, wasn't he? I don't know how much of it was potentially around the breaking of the fast and whatever else, but actually at that point it seemed like it turned, and whether that were a bit of energy or whatever it did, it seemed to have an impact on him though, didn't it?
Absolutely did. I mean, when we're lining up with the back back four with three of them being Beale, Ampadu, and Goodmanson. You know what I mean? I think it's a cheat code, and they didn't really threaten us, did they? It was.
Correct,
I mean,
yeah.
there was a short period, sort of about 10 minutes into the second half, weren't there, when they had a little bit of a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit
we've
of
got the
spell where
momentum
they kept.
graph here. We can have a look. Got
Hey.
one
Yeah, I
ready.
thought you might have that ready for me.
It's like Scylla, isn't it? You
Here
know,
we go.
oh, no, we're going to our Graham. We go to our.
Yeah, that part there where it's all blue, I think, and
Yeah.
that's. But
It's about
they
15,
didn't
20
really
minutes at each second half. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
they didn't really do anything much with that momentum for me. They were in our half, and they were in probably our final third, shall we say?
Yeah.
But it
They
was
didn't look
nothing-
dangerous, though. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
There was one particular ball they got down the left-hand side, and their player absolutely beat. I don't know who was.
Bornow, it was. It
James-
bounced over his head.
No. Different one. James Justin in the. Is it in the second half? I want to say, or the first half? Second half. He got down to the byline and whipped it proper across the goal,
Whip.
and no one was there to clear it out. And I don't know. I'm still kind of looking at it, going, did Tanaka get a touch on it, or did it hit the post when your man absolutely leathered it? But they did come close once or twice. But I be honest with you, I don't think. I just stayed at a regular heartbeat the whole time for the first time all season. Really,
Yeah.
like, there was nothing that
Pretty much.
got me up and excited. Really, like, I suppose if I was there, it would have been a different kind of scenario. But
Oh, you know the match?
no, I didn't go. No.
I would in cop, and it was exactly the same.
Was it? Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
was it? Yeah.
even in stands, it wasn't. We just felt in control throughout.
Yeah, that was it.
I just wanted to touch on something though. Farker and his ban. I mean, we all know it's ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. There were even the same referee, Banks, wanted that red carded him. Had somebody having a go at Wrexham gaff, Phil Parkinson, having a go at him at full time on the pitch, nothing
Yeah.
done. I mean, it's just ludicrous. So by the letter of the law, fine, maybe there's an argument.
Yeah.
Again, all it comes back to is consistency. Be consistent with it, and there'll be a lot less frustration. Everybody goes and talks to the ref. He didn't swear at him. I still haven't seen the ref cam. I don't know if it's been released, but I haven't seen it. But I'd be really interested in, because it looked very much like the card were already out before Farker got anywhere near him to have a chance to say anything to him. So
Yeah,
that's ludicrous.
Think
But
what-
were we frustrated that they didn't challenge it?
I don't.
I think
I'm
we
not.
just take our medicine there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them. I mean, did it deserve a red card? Probably not. Is the ref a knob? Yeah. Just one of them, isn't it? You just got to. He's learnt from it. He said he won't be doing it again. So
Yeah, I won't jog on the pitch again because I look menacing or whatever he said.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
he's quite an intimidating character, and he does look like a Klingon from Star Trek. So, like, I mean, imagine that coming towards you.
Yeah, Lieutenant Worf.
Yeah, so I mean, he does look aggressive naturally, doesn't he? And then he speaks, and you think, "Fucking hell, what is he on helium or something?" Like, you know what I mean?
The
Like
thing
if you've
is
never
as
heard
well-
David Beckham speak and then you hear his voice
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing
a
is
real
with it
big
as
man.
well, the ref knew he had an absolute shocker in that game, and there was no way that his linesman could defend him in any way at all. So the
Well,
easy
actually,
way out,
Gilly-
the easy way out for him was just to send him off and tell him to go away.
Gilly, was it you that shared the refereeing?
I
have you
think
got
I
that
think
to
I
hand?
would. I think I was sold a dummy on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
because
get it. Hey, let's not get it out then. Let's not get it out. Because I took it as gospel. I've been telling all the lads at the
I
fish
did.
shop and everything.
I
I've been telling everybody.
So I'm not. No, I had been led to believe that Banks had been shelved for a little while, but he was reffing at the weekend. So whether that had been a couple of days and then they'd overturned it because they decided to go a different way, or whether it wasn't legit, I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, we were getting. But I think for me, more because it was the Farker derby and I wanted him to be able to enjoy it more than anything else. But more critical is the two Premier League games he might have missed if we'd have tried challenging it. So frustrating, but right decision. It's just disappointing that he wasn't able to enjoy it to the full. I think that's my
Michael
only frustration with it.
Michael Gott makes a good point there. He's not saying Daniel's red card was right, but what's the point of a touchline ban when he can sit 10 rows back and still have a headset on and talk to the touchline and still make the subs? It's not a touchline. It is a touch. That's effectively exactly what it is. It's a touchline. He's not allowed to stand on the touchline. That is it. And bark orders.
That's
it shouldn't. For me, a red card should mean that they're not part of the squad. They shouldn't effectively, for me, be in the stadium. Pretty much, or certainly not allowed to communicate with the bench anyway. He should give his, should be able to give his orders before. But it just it's pointless, isn't it? You could get a red card every week and still be the manager if you're 5-6 rows back and still got an headset on. I mean, he was a bit more further back than that, but it's a bit of a piss take. There's so much wrong with football and officiating and everything at the moment that we could fix it, lads, but it'd probably take us a couple of days.
Yeah. Well, Steve Brown's in the comments there. Red card cost Fark 8k as well. Hey, look, it's a lot cheaper than standing on a public footpath looking in through a fence. You know what I mean? Bloody hell. I'd take that red. Take that red all day long.
Just before we move on, and I know you've asked me about the squad, so I think it's sort of apt at the moment. But Dr. Cox has said here, Buonanotte. What do we did anyone expect to see him getting some playing time? What do we think? What's going on there? Because it was an obvious opportunity for him to come on and play some minutes when we were 2-3-0 up.
It was wank against Birmingham.
It was awful. I got awful in it, and it was really bad. I was at Birmingham, and it was every time it looked like an Aronson when he was shit, when he was really shit. For that season, and then he went to Germany or whatever, and we got relegated. The season we got relegated. He looked lightweight. His touch was off, but I get what people are saying, and I see it time and time again that he needs minutes. But this guy's a professional footballer that trains with professional footballers in game situations week in, week out. You're not telling me that there is a difference, because it's obviously far more contact and there's far less time on the ball than they probably do get in training and stuff. But this guy meant to be. He was crap at Chelsea as well. The minutes he got at Chelsea, I don't know. You ask any Chelsea fan, they say he was absolute dogger. I was surprised. I didn't expect him to start, but I did expect him to get some minutes at some stage. Now, the fact that he didn't is telling for me.
Do you know what? You're right there, Luke. And Fark does go and say a lot about effort in training and all that kind of thing. If he's only making the bench for an FA Cup team, like an FA Cup squad, there's not a chance he's making the bench for the bleeding Premier League squad if he's not putting it in. Like, there's no way.
Agreed.
Like he's two chances there to make squads or make an 11, a starting 11, and he can't even take it in the bleeding FA Cup. So I really wanted him in the summer because I think he's got bags of potential.
Well, he hasn't. If you watch the 3-minute videos that all these gimps put together.
No, I'm saying when he was at when he had his chance at Brighton that few times, he did look lively. And then when he went to Leicester last year, although they were absolute dog dirt, he did quite shine in that team. Like, he scored some good goals and had some good assists. So there is a player there. It just needs some form of kick in the hole or something like that, and that'll be that.
Well, it clearly is. As somebody's popped up there. Al said 2 clubs not wanting to give him game time. Wonder what his attitude was like in training. If he was training well, he would have got minutes in this match.
Yeah,
no doubt. Even if he was the worst player at the club and he was training well, Sam Byron got minutes in this match.
Yeah. And it was a Byron derby as well, which was really nice for him to be able to get some minutes. That were nice. But yeah, we would have definitely seen him. There would have been space for him at some point in this match if he were training well. So that tells us what we need to know at this point, that Farke's not willing to give him something right now, and he's got to learn his place.
I would agree, though. I would say I will agree.
I would agree
with Paul Brennan. I think if we had got him in the summer and he'd been part of the squad and he had been training well, I think he'd probably be playing more of a part in this season. What I don't agree with is people saying that Daniel Farke's ostracising him. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Ostracizing him, and that he did the same with Ramazan. He's doing the same with Willie Nonto. It's professional football. People do not earn a position by their name or their history or the fact they've played for their country or anything like that. They earn it in training 3, 4, 5 times a week when they're there in front of Daniel Farke. He sees them a lot more than we do. And Daniel Farke can't do right from wrong because he brought players on and they were like, why the fuck's he bringing players on? And he gave all these players minutes that people have been absolutely crying for in Nonto, in Dan James, in Longstaff, who was fantastic, by the way. And then he brought some more experienced players on to probably see the game out or whatever. He's got his own reasons. He's the coach. Let him do what the fuck he likes. But then now he's left them on for too long. He's left Ampadu on too long. Or do you know what I mean? He simply cannot win. He can't. He honestly, he could go. He could fall into a barrel of tits and come out sucking his thumb with some fans. I swear.
So no,
great one.
It's a valid point you're making. I think it's you look at it's a squad game, and he will live or die by his utilisation of the squad that he's got. Now, there's all sorts of talk that we had earlier on in the season. If we'd have got Buonanotte, he would certainly be better off if he'd have chosen us over going to Chelsea. I'm 100% confident on that.
Yeah.
And we'd probably be in a position earlier on in the season where, no, not probably. We might be in a position where some of those matches that we didn't get the points in, he might have been able to make enough of a difference for us to pick up a couple of extra points here or there. That Fulham game that we absolutely battered and we ended up losing it through that freak own goal from Gabby. That games like that, Spurs, we battered Spurs. Bournemouth again battered them. We didn't get what we deserved, and he might have just given us a bit of an additional edge that got us over the line.
Even Scum,
even Villa.
Yeah, absolutely, both of them. So I think we might have been better off if we'd have got him in summer. He'd definitely be better off. He'd have had a full pre-season, and he'd definitely been used more than he has been by Chelsea, and we'd have been able to use him more by now as well. And I think he's going to have to look back on that and go, I got that wrong. Whether that was advice from his agent or whatever, it was a bad decision. I mean, to go to Chelsea of all places that are notorious for not using youth and just having two massive squad. No,
in
Champions League squad, yeah. So I think there's a story there for other players as well as himself, and so I think he will earn his place or he won't. And that's all there is to it. I can't see him being given a chance in the league anytime soon, because if you're not going to get a chance in the cup, it means you're not in the thoughts. That's my take. I think Piro's ahead of him in the 10 as well now, let alone anything else.
Yeah. And I think that was what people were saying. People were suggesting if Joel Piroe can get minutes for us in a game, why can't Buonanotte? Well, Joel Piroe comes up with a goal every now and then. People then have the audacity to say, "Oh, he does his normal. He gets the third goal when we're already spanking a team." So what? It's a fucking goal. What does it matter when he scores?
Yeah, he finished game off.
Yeah,
exactly.
We needed it. Did you see that from Smarty there, Luke?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but yeah.
We'll actually get into some of the actual circumstances of the game. So one of the things that really frustrated me early on is how many people were falling over. I don't know if we'd overly watered the pitch or what, but Nonto falls over quite a lot anyway. But Ampadu, Tanaka, did Bial as well. There were quite a few falling over early on, so I don't know if we'd overwatered it or had wrong boots on or what, but some went right.
I did notice that, man. When the build-up on the TV was on, they were absolutely hammering the water on the cop side of the pitch. Man, they had the sprinklers on about 5 minutes before kickoff, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the crack is there. It's not exactly been, dry in Leeds, but it hasn't been pissing it down the last couple of weeks anyway,
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were doing, but maybe it's Farke's orders, makes the ball a bit more quick on the ground and helps us counter-attack a little bit quicker perhaps, but could be anything. But I did think there was a lot of that falling about the place for me, yeah.
But
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so not going to come to the goals yet, but I am going to come to the ball going into the back of the net. So Mech's finish, Nonto challenges for the ball, I haven't watched the game back, I'll be honest, and I only saw it in the ground, but I did see the replay because from the top I could see the screen. For me, it's either a goal or it's a penalty for the challenge by the keeper on Nonto.
No, it's on
Am I unfair with that? No. On Nonto.
Oh, the keeper coming out.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think it was a handball, mate. I'll be honest with you.
But I thought the keeper hit him before he touched the ball. So in terms of order of it, I thought the keeper had taken him out and not got the ball, and then Nonto's hit the ball, and it's somewhere on his arm. I couldn't see that closely. But for me, the contact by the keeper was before the contact of Nonto on the ball. Then if you don't get the ball, surely that's a pen.
I think I would have remembered that. I'm not. I'd have to watch it back, but from memory, I thought it was a goal at the first viewing, and then
in real time.
Once, and when I saw the replay back, I knew they weren't going to give it for a handball.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which way around. I think it actually hits his hand first, and then the keeper hits him from memory. I'll have to watch it back, but I didn't feel too hard done to when that was disallowed, if I'm honest.
Okay.
We were very much on top at that point anyway. I don't think it was going to dishearten us to not get that. And
maybe.
No one.
Maybe if it was the 90th minute and we were 1-0 down or something like that. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, but I think
throwing stuff at telly.
Yeah, I think we were very calm in the fact that we were very much on top in that game, and at that point as well that we were starting to really kind of turn the screw a bit. And
it were inside first 20 minutes, wasn't it? Like you say, it's not like we didn't have the time to do something about it.
Exactly, and it wasn't long after that anyway when we eventually got our first. So I think it's I get what you're saying when the keeper comes out like that, but the keepers are protected anyway. So if it wasn't a handball, he's probably going to give a free kick for clattering the keeper. You know what I mean?
Even though the keeper had took him out, but that's another point as well.
Yeah.
Keeper then VAR check completes. Right, okay, we're going to get on with the game. Then the keeper goes down.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's annoying me so much. Is that shit?
Stay down when you're down, and while VAR is going through the motions, and just fucking that's it. Simple as that. I don't think he didn't do it intentionally. He obviously went off, so he did have some form of concussion or something, perhaps mild concussion, but. Again, it goes back to the last two games at Ellen Road where the keepers have gone down. I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but the rule has to change. If the keeper goes down and because he can't go off, a player has to be sacrificed for the minute that the keeper is meant to be off the pitch. That rule needs to come in because that will deter. For me, it'll deter teams from basically wasting time because we're like, right, we can't afford that. What if for that 30 or 40 seconds that he's off that we concede, So I think that rule needs to be...
One thing I heard somebody talking about this, it was after the Sunderland game, after Man City and Sunderland had both cheated in the same way. And they were saying, surely either the captain or a player of the other team's choice goes off for that time period, rather than it just being carte blanche, nobody goes off because it's the keeper. I think that works either way around. I won't mind which it was, but something needs to. If an outfield player has to go off, if they go down, and a keeper doesn't, we're just going to keep seeing this.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it will deter people or players from doing it, and it'll deter managers as well because you run that risk of being down to 10 men. If both times, I won't carry on about it, but both those times, Leeds were very much on top in those games. And it killed the momentum and it killed the game.
Yeah.
And if you have a rule where the keeper goes down, right, off you go, and you're not allowed to go over for a huddle. So one player off there now, nominate him quickly, get him off, and then carry on with the game. I guarantee you, it'd put an awful stop to it.
Absolutely, immediately.
Yeah. I think so. They're not going to run the risk, are they? Especially if a team is on top and you have to get the game going again, but you have to get the game going with 10 players.
Yeah. Can I just address this comment from Sly really quickly?
Go for it.
Of course.
Because he's comparing the Buonanotte to the Nonto situation. I think firstly we don't play with wingers is simply why he's not starting games. And Willie Nonto is a winger, full stop. But also Willie Nonto started in the games where we have played wingers, so Birmingham and
Derby.
This weekend. And he also comes on every week as well, doesn't he? Most weeks.
Most weeks. He came on against the Scum, didn't he? Yeah, he's come on in a couple. He came on against Sunderland, I think, as well, didn't he? Tried to make a difference, and he looked lively. But the best thing he did was a shot way off target. So
yeah, do you know what? He's still yet to have a single shot on target in the Premier League this season.
I thought he had in the Premier League. Sorry, yeah, I think he did against Norwich, didn't he? But in the Premier League,
I think he's only had something like short 400 minutes, but still for an attacking player,
it's a long time, isn't it?
A single shot.
And let's be fair. Bear in mind, this is coming from me, but let's be fair. It's Aronson keeping him out the side with his foul.
Yeah.
Where's it? If we're not playing with wingers, where's Nonto going to play? Because for me, he's behind Okafor in the support striker role, and he's behind Aronson in wherever Aronson's playing.
Yeah.
So where's he going to play?
Well,
he's not going to play in front of Metcher or DCL, is he? So
Speaking of which, you just mentioned your old protege there, and has anybody did this from the weekend?
Smart, he actually sent it to me as well as tagging me in a couple of WhatsApp groups.
I love Aronson with a homemade booty. Absolute belter. When are they on sale, mate? I will buy one.
Make it. There's a gap in the market.
There is. That's what Smarty asked me to put in.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair. Right. I want to get back to the match because we're half an hour in and we're not even at the goals yet. But what I did want to. So Luke, I'll come to you for this one. Yes. Challenge on Metcher, push in the back, penalty, right?
Penalty all day long.
Yep, good. Okay, we can move on from that one then, because that's fairly straightforward.
Anyway, and a red card, arguably, as well.
Yeah. Right, now, I'm hoping that all of us spaffed in our pants at this one, but fucking hell, that Longstaff finish was beautiful, wasn't it? Come on.
Bergkamp-esque.
Yeah.
Bergkamp-esque. Where he turns the opposite way from the ball and then just bangs it in the bottom corner. I would have done that. I would have tried that, and I'd have tried going... The first thing I would have tried doing is going for the opposite corner, because that's where the space is.
Yeah.
But the absolute cheek of him to just fucking put it at the near post as well and just put his foot through it. Unreal.
The audacity.
By the way, the audacity is the word I'm looking for. But by the way, Willie Gnonto was great in the build-up to that goal, by the way. And I know I've been his biggest critic at the moment. And then obviously Gabby with
I thought Gabby'd overrun it. He saved it, didn't he? Because it looked like he'd overrun it.
It was, yeah.
No, it was beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it was a beautiful goal all round. But the invention of... Absolutely, but the invention of the body position and the touch with his left to set it up for it. I mean, it's just everything about it.
Both
just
feet, the composure to do that in such a tight space, he's inside the 6-yard box. Like it's mad, and you can see Metch's face as he's doing it. And he's like, he knows where that's going. He knows the skill level
that's the quality we've got, though. And I for one, I'm quite shocked that we haven't utilised Longstaff as much this season. Look. We're talking about a team that's sitting 17th in the Championship here, and we're at home and whatever else. But from what I saw from Longstaff early on in the season, he was probably one of our better performers, and he was giving 7 out of 10 performances every week. And he gets about the pitch.
He gets about the pitch, and he's got that capability that Calvin had of putting in a big meaty challenge and getting everybody going.
Yeah.
I would be looking to start him over Gruev.
Yeah, me too.
To be fair, I know Gruev coming in coincided with Longstaff getting injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and we look at what Gruev did against Forest, and do you know what? He were magic on that night. But he's dined out a little bit on that performance, because I don't think the subsequent performances have been at that level. But he's got it in him to have a good game. And I don't think any of us are massively denigrating Gruev. It's just that Longstaff's got more to his game.
No, like we said earlier on, with the experience in the Premier League that Longstaff has, we've seen it in previous games that it's quite valuable to have in there. Even just when we, when he got the players over for the huddle in after we scored that time, basically said, "Look, we're fucking you deserve to be here. That kind of little thing. It goes. And when he tried
taking the towel away, didn't he, as well, when he played Sunderland. Obviously, he's a Geordie, isn't
he?
Yeah.
But I would actually agree with Slayer. I think Gruev's heat map is probably keeping Longstaff out. His work rate and how much running he does in a game, and it's hard.
He allows Ampadu to do more as well, doesn't he? He gives that insurance.
Yeah. But we'll come on to the Palace game in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but one of the best things I did see from the match, I've not watched it back, but I did see one of the clips was Longstaff walking over to Darren England and going, "Mate, you fucking miles off it," which is just ace because he was shy.
It was.
Non-toes finish, way offside, right? A headed finish.
Oh, it wasn't as far as you think.
Not
Was
as
it
far.
not?
It wasn't.
No.
As far, it wasn't. No,
He nearly
Right.
timed it perfectly. Like,
it very close.
Yeah.
It wasn't very
It
close.
looked-
At first
I
view, it
only
looked
again
miles
on the
off.
sound screen.
Yeah, it looked miles off, and then I watched it back, and it was probably only. I mean, it was probably half a yard, but it was a
So
lot
under the
closer.
new Wenger rules, actually, it might have been onside
oh, he'd have been 100%
if it needs daylight between players,
Oh yeah.
Oh, he'd have
Yeah,
been
Right.
absolutely miles onside.
right?
No, I mean
Yeah.
not miles, but yeah, it would have been closer, much closer.
Fair enough.
But
Okay, so
unfortunate
we're
performance
just
deserved
about
it.
moving towards half time, so I need to keep us moving. Gabby, goal.
Class. Absolutely class. There's
Oh,
How-
everything
Ten-
was class.
10 million pounds. 10 million pounds. Like, we slagged
If I won the
off
lottery, I'd buy us
recruitment.
another one of him.
Yeah. Like, we slagged off the recruitment, but we've just talked about two players there that we brought in Sean Longstaff and Gabby Goodmanson. We can't knock them for that. Like, you know what I mean?
did you do the
22 million?
Did you do the baby news celebration?
Yeah. Put the
Did he?
ball up and did the thumb and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
that
fantastic
was-
yesterday.
Was it
I'm
Bebeto that did that first?
Bebeto did the at the World Cup.
Cradle.
Oh,
in
that's right.
94. Yeah.
I forgot who did the baby one. Who was that? It was in the Premier League, though, wasn't it? Somebody in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he do the ball up the shirt and the lot as well as the sucking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went and picked a ball up off a cone, put it up, and then
Right.
did the dummy.
No,
as well.
congratulations to Gabby and family then. Excellent.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. So, half time, dead comfortable.
Yeah.
Things are fine. Could have had two penalties. I think there were one, so there was Metro one that we covered. I think there were one on All as well that were claimed for.
Arguable, yeah.
Nonto very close for the offside then. The first one disallowed, 2 goals. It's just fine, isn't it? No
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
at all.
Yeah. I quite liked the second half. It was very relaxed. Like I said, my heartbeat didn't get in any way cardiacable, if that's even a fucking word. So yeah, when that happens to me, you know we're in cruise control and I'm not worried about the game at all. Second half was really good, man. I quite enjoyed
But
it.
Ball now off at half time. Now, do we think they were playing with a knock, or do we think it was just poor? I mean,
think
James,
it
Judge
wasn't
JJ's
working.
been so good anyway that there's no issue him coming in. But do we think that was just because he'd not been so good in the fullback role rather than anything else?
I
just
think
don't-
so. I think it was. I think it was also to give Justin minutes out there because whilst he's been playing as a right centre back, you know there is going to be a time that we're going to need him at right back as well. So I think there was a couple. I think it's probably a couple of things. I think Bornau was poor in that first half, and was it? I forget the name of the lad who played on their left. Was it Ali or something like that? Ahmed. Ali Ahmed on the left hand side. I did have his number a couple of times and probably only looked their threat.
And you're right, he did misjudge one. I mean, that's
misjudged
poor for
one.
somebody that plays at centre back for him to
Yeah,
misjudge it so badly.
Yeah.
But also, to give Justin minutes at right back as well. I should imagine.
The other thing
Of
as well
course.
is it's
Potentially, if Beale comes back in, Justin drops out. I should imagine as well. So he's back on the bench anyway. So it's just keep them minutes ticking over. Because for me, based on recent performances, I would probably play Stroik, Beale, and Rodon across the back.
Yeah.
Which then takes James Justin onto the bench because Bogle's your right back, and then Justin's your backup left back, right back, isn't he then? So he's now playing wider out, and I know it's a different formation, but it's very right back.
But he can do any of the five, can't he?
Yeah, he
it's
can,
a big deal being able to have him. So, okay.
Well,
No,
illness,
that's
Dr. Cobb says. He's a
yeah.
bit ill.
yeah, I just flashed it up there. Yeah.
But he didn't play particularly well anyway, so it didn't harm us losing him.
It was
If
just
you've
like
got to pick one at
striking
half time that we were unable to have, then fine.
It was just like strike at left back when Jesse Marsh was in there. You know what I mean? It was like a fucking deer in the headlights. So it was one of them. Don't play centre backs as full backs. It's that
It was
simple.
Bielsa who played Stroik at left back for a full season, pretty much.
And in midfield.
And in midfield.
And it's,
well,
yeah.
well, it was initially bought as a
Him and
midfielder,
Robin
like.
Koch. Ugh.
He wasn't bought as a midfielder, was he?
Yeah, it was bought as a centre mid. Yeah.
I think you made that up.
I think you've made that up as well. Gary Kelly played as a striker as a youth player.
Did.
Remember that one?
Yeah,
There was another one as well, a goalkeeper who played as a striker. Who was a really good goalkeeper?
Oh, your man from Bleeding Westlife, isn't it? He was a striker.
Fucking hell, count.
Nicky Byrne, man. He used to play in goal
No,
for
I'm not
Leeds
talking
Academy.
about Nicky Byrne. I know he did.
He played up front, and then the
I'm
coach
talking
said,
about
"You're
a
no good in
world-class
goal."
goalkeeper
Okay, right. Thought you were just talking
that
in general.
actually started out as a striker. And you
just
come out
talking
with
in general.
you come out of what 20% of Westlife.
Well,
Right, moving
it's
on.
factual, like.
Moving us on.
Yeah, well.
40 minutes in. Come on, let's keep it going. Pirro strike,
got a lot
hit the
to
bar. Really unlucky.
Yeah,
Good effort,
save.
right?
Yeah.
Was it
Good
saved?
save.
Yeah.
Good saved.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd not seen that.
Very, very slightly. Very, very slight. I don't think
Wow.
it'd have gone in anyway, but it would have hit the underside of the bar and not gone over. I think literally it was a very
Brushed
very,
his
very,
fingertips.
Right. Oh, actually, I remember being surprised that it was a corner. So yeah, no, that makes sense. I just hadn't not seen
Great
that. But
effort.
it was a good strike on, and that was just after he'd broken his fast and been
That's
able to have a
what
drink
it
for the first
brings
time
you.
in the day.
That's what Peru brings you. And I know, look, we're comparing apples and oranges. We're playing Norwich City, and when we're going to be playing, Crystal Palace at the weekend, they're going to be two completely different games of football when we're playing Palace away. But that is what he can do. Do you know what I mean? We just haven't seen that, and he's very frustrating, is Joe Peru, because he jumps like he's got fucking lead boots on, doesn't he? He does. It's almost like he doesn't know how to jump. Like it's almost embarrassing seeing him go up for headers, because you just know he's not going to win it, even against like somebody 3 foot. So even Jay would win an header against him. You know what I mean?
Let's not go too far.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we know what he brings you, and then obviously we'll come on to his goal.
Yeah,
but
well, do it now, because that was the next thing that happened, pretty much. So
back
the
in 99 times out of 100, wouldn't you? There.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Stack looked really good again when he came on, didn't he? I think he showed his class, and he would have won that broke the lines, wasn't he? He won the ball in midfield and then drove it forward, played it into Metcher, who then played it to Pirro that finished it first time. Really nice. And right in bottom corner as well, wasn't he? Were really, really good. I mean, he's not saving that.
Side netting.
Good finish.
Side netting.
Yeah. We know he's a quality finisher. It's just not worked for him when he's come on this season, and it's a big step up. And again, he's probably someone that needs minutes, but we can't afford to give him minutes with our league position at the moment, which is unfortunate, because there is a good finisher in there. We've seen it. We saw it again on Sunday. It's just the circumstances he finds himself in with our league position and the way the team is playing in the formation we're using at the minute. So it's kind of difficult for him. But for me, he's kind of proved himself worthy of being here, because he didn't push for a move away in January. No,
I think it was the opposite. I think I was just going to come on to that, Carla, because I think I rate his attitude. I do, because he thinks that he's good enough to be playing in the Premier League, whereas we were actually touting him to get him out to get some money in for him. Because actually he's probably
would Sheffield United or somebody take him so that they could...
Ipswich I think were linked as well at one stage, and they're the sort of clubs that he would thrive at, getting them promoted. But unfortunately, he's a bit of a Mitrovic so far for us, isn't he? This is the first opportunity we've got to see him in the Premier League. He's almost too good and wins the Golden Boot almost every year in the Championship with the clubs he plays for. But he's not enough of an all-rounder. He can do certain things really well, but he's not your complete striker, shall we say, that you need a Calvert-Lewin or somebody who can win the ball and when you're on the back foot, give you a bit of an out ball, because he's gonna win that flick on or hold the ball up really, really well, which he doesn't do either. So we're then having to play him in a different role, which is behind the striker, which we don't have now because we don't play with wingers. So
the Premier League doesn't, does it? You're almost carrying a player then, and you get overrun in midfield because you're trying to square peg round hole type thing. I mean, I know that a lot of people laugh at me when I say this, but how important were Paddy for us, even when he wasn't scoring in Bielsa's side? Yeah, because he occupied the defence, he were mobile, he were quick, he held the ball up. So even when he wasn't scoring, he was important to the setup that we had, and DCL's just as important to us. So it's really difficult. I mean, we all tipped Pirro to have a good season this season at the start of the season, because we thought, it might get a little bit more time on the ball rather than being marked out of the game like Championship defences tried to do, and we knew that he had a finish. It's that mobility and athleticism in it that it doesn't match up to the others.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And is that
Okay.
like him being offered as an outball isn't exactly the kind of fucking player you want up?
Well, no, because he doesn't run the channels in the way that Metcha does. He doesn't win the ball in the air the way that DCL does. He doesn't have that to offer.
He's a poacher and a finisher. That's the thing. Like, and you need to get the ball into positions for him to do that. He doesn't.
He's in the wrong era, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't.
In the era of Kevin Phillips, Niall Quinn.
Yeah, little and large.
He'd have been able to play that second striker with a good finish, with a 4 and a 4 behind him, and it would have been fine. So he's almost in the wrong era in terms of his ability. He's going to have a good career because he's going to score goals wherever he goes. I just don't think that's going to be in the Premier League.
Yeah,
which is a bit unfortunate. But right, okay, I'm just going to come to some of the comments. We had 7 and now we've got 4, so I think somebody's cleared some out, so we must have already talked about some of them.
Yeah, it was me.
So the first one is, why Gilly looks like Jason Statham on the thumbnail? The short answer is because ChatGPT thinks I do. I don't even slightly. He's got a properly squashed nose and I've got a massive nose.
He's put into ChatGPT and said, Jason Statham, Luke and Carl. I look like stats with no hair.
I definitely put Green Goblin for Carl.
I don't like. You know what I mean? It's all right though.
White's Forever Steve says it's looking promising for the Palace game with him having a lot of players out and only having 2 days between their Euro game. Oh, I'd missed that they only had a 2-day turnaround.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
Is it a 2-day turnaround?
Well, Thursday,
we play
Thursday
Sunday,
night the game.
3.
Well, no, Thursday night the game. Friday they'll fly back. Friday morning. So that's
are
1,
they
2,
playing
and
away?
then
Are
Sunday.
they?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
Jesus.
Right. So that is quite a tight turnaround. It's not so bad. It's about time when they went in our favour.
Or are they at home?
They're at home against AEK Larkana.
Yeah. Oh, well, still, fuck it, though.
Of Cyprus.
2 days. 2-day turnaround.
Obviously, they're third in the Cypriot League, so yeah, they're probably
Larnaca.
really good. Larnaca,
that's where the airport is, isn't it, Larnaca?
Never been to Cyprus, mate. I wouldn't even be able to point it out on a map.
Fair enough. Michael Gott says West Ham and Brentford extra time. Any effect for next Prem game?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's taking a lot out of the legs on a Monday night. Like they won't train for a day and a half. Like
and the potential knock on CB25 points out. Heard Somerville got injured last night, Michael. So he finished the game.
West Ham have got City this weekend as well.
They have. So Somerville finished the game. But he didn't look as sprightly as he had done earlier in the game. Let's put it that way.
He didn't.
I did see some rumours from West Ham pages today that he's gone for a scan. And their owner...
Is your baby as well?
Their owner had said he's gone for a scan. It doesn't look good. But that was quoted by somebody and not something that I'd seen from him or from any legitimate news outlet. So massive pinch of salt on that one.
And also, he refused to come off. But
then bottled a penalty.
He didn't take a penalty, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Bottled it.
Oh yeah, he bottled it, yeah.
But their penalties were fucking good, to be fair.
They were all immense.
Yeah,
all immense.
I hope that cup game don't go to penalties because we're fucked.
I mean, to be fair, we've got some decent, a back stack and Longstaff. We've got a few that Metcha takes a good penalty. Strike takes a good penalty. So we might be all right. But they were
unreal,
amazing pens, all of them.
Honest to God,
that was an interesting one. Right? Okay. Any last thoughts on any of the comments or on Norwich FA Cup? Are we going to win it? 3 visits to London, and we're going to win Cup.
Yeah, and stay up.
Fair enough. Okay.
There you go. And then we'd have to wait and hear what all those people who hate Fark say. Just for that.
That Robbie King's team that Palace are playing on Thursday, is it?
Oh, is it? Larnaca?
Didn't know that.
That's someone saying.
I shall tell you right now. No, it's not.
Right. Okay.
It's Javier Perez Rosada's team.
Right.
I'm
going to
with that.
I'm going to do a little bit of this. Have you ever wanted to wear your questionable football opinions? Now you can. OKB has teamed up with Back4 to make some merch. Start small with an embroidered patch. Stick it anywhere. No, not there. Then there's t-shirts. Multiple designs, colours, sizes, all guaranteed to make your mate say, "You paid money for that." Mugs. No, not Jane Carl. Actual mugs. For your brew. For your tears. For both. Hoodies. Same deal. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. Ideal for pretending you're fine after getting battered off an ESL team. And snapbacks, because nothing says midlife crisis like flat brim confidence. Or no better merch, available now at the Back4 shop. Go on, treat yourself. Or don't, you'll only regret it later.
The bit at the end there, you'll only regret it later. Regret what, buying it?
Yeah, or not.
Or regret not buying it.
Both. There's just going to be regret all round. I'm not modelling it, but I did have one here, which I really like. And our lass has been wearing hers to work today, advertising for us. So, fair play, girl. Right, okay. I'm going to move us swiftly on into what has pretty much become everybody's favourite bit of the show.
Hey, oh, has got a shit tick this week, my little sparrow-fact.
There has. So I mean, we had a shitload to go at on this. I'll be honest. So it was really quite difficult to whittle them down. I've got 5 in, and in the poll we can only have 4, I think. So as we go through, we're going to have to decide what it is that we want to go into the poll.
I can't work that quick. I need the 4. I just need you to take one out.
Okay, well we'll cover 5, but I'll ask you to put 4 in.
Just leave the one that we're leaving out till last,
and
we'll
talk about that while you're doing the poll. Fine.
Yeah.
So it's just the oldest one that's not going to feature. So the first one is let's be honest, this is a very, very regular person on Shit Takes. He is absolutely full of shy. It's Jack LUFC 1919. What he's saying here is, I'd love for him and Ramazani to be our wingers for the next 5 years, along with a couple of other top wingers. Such a shame that the reality is they probably both leave permanently in the summer. So Ramazani's not pulling up any trees where he's gone, even though they play with wingers. We don't play with wingers. But he's talking about Nonto and Ramazani. So, Luke, I think you probably were the one that tagged this one. So I'll come to you for your opinion on that one.
I mean, it's got to win it this week, I think. I don't know what the others even are, but this guy's got to win one. He's just awful, man. It's almost like he sits at home playing on a computer game all day long and then decides that actually that computer game's real and decides to put those opinions on a social network where actual real people can see them and think it's a good idea. And he's got a few little friends that actually like these ideas, which makes it even worse and puts a false sense of security in his little echo chamber. But yeah, he's the ultimate knob.
King knob.
He's not even talking about his take. He's just talking about the dude.
You know, he really gets on me sometimes. And then when sometimes I've seen some of the replies he puts to people, and he just calls them Baldy, and it's not even me he's talking to, and I'm sure it's not Gilly, so he's just calling people with hair Baldy. Like, and I'm like, as if it hurts my feelings. Like, that doesn't get to me. It's not the fact that, it's just the fact that he thinks he's so right all the time. He's just a bit self-righteous, and yeah, just the fact that he's named 2 players there, one that hasn't had a sniff this season and been out bang average at best in non-tour, the fact that we don't play wingers, and then one that we sent out on loan, one because he's not very good at this level, and yeah, I just think it's absolutely. Imagine trying to build a team around 2 players that don't play for you.
And let's be fair, Ramazani wasn't our best winger in the championship. Wasn't even our starting winger in the championship.
He wasn't.
When everybody were fit, he was 3rd choice at best. So a bit strange that one. So let's see if any of the others can beat Jack. So have you got the detail of that one?
Yeah.
Right. So the next one is Dominic Champions League says Leeds' 3 best technicians are Nonto, Tanaka, and Bogle. Farker refuses to play 2 of them for no reason other than personal dislike. Carl, I'm going to come to you on this one. So I said before, Farker will live and die by the use of the squad he's got.
Yeah.
There's no personal dislike here, is there? Come on.
Look, that tweet there is just a couple of sentences shy of calling Fark racist, I think. Because we've been down that road before, haven't we? Where was it? It might have even been Jack that called Fark racist against Ramazani
it was that
time. Yeah. And
the strike sexuals.
The strike sexuals. Granted, like, you know, Bogle is good and so is Tanaka and Nanto, but the latter two there that I mentioned aren't really pulling up threes. But that's a fucking mental take, that.
Can I ask a question? What qualifies him to suggest that? And what makes a player a better technician than say
Ampadu or Stack?
Or Sean Longstaff, who managed to do that the other day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's subjective, isn't it? Like, I could say I think the best technicians at the club are Dan James and Sean Longstaff. I mean, and I'd have every right to argue my case on that. The fact that he thinks that he's picked out two of three players that aren't playing very much because somebody doesn't like them. Tanaka's been. I'm going to hate saying this because I love the guy, but Tanaka's been very, very poor for us this season when he's had an opportunity.
Yeah,
earlier
on in the season.
He's done well earlier on in the season, but not to the standard we saw in the championship.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And like I say, he's not come back from injury well. I think there are some players. I mentioned Calvin. Calvin came back from injury like he'd never been out.
Yeah,
it was like he didn't miss a beat. It was just himself again. But you look at last season. Fucking hell, his name's just gone. Spurs, Loney, had been at Fulham.
Oh, what's his face?
Israeli.
Solomon.
His name's just gone. Solomon. If you remember, when he came back from injury, it took him 5, 6, 7 games to get up to speed. Now, once him and Dan James on wings were absolutely flying. But it took him quite a while to get back up to speed. We can't afford that in Premier League. We can't afford to give Tanaka 5, 6, 7 games of playing poorly before he gets going. So, you know, he's just going to have to earn his place or wait out his turn and hope he can take his chances. But I didn't feel like he were head and shoulders above anybody else in terms of a technician and technical ability against Norwich. If anything, Stack came on and showed him what he were all about.
Yeah, I'd just like to go back a little bit on what I said. I don't think he's been awful this season. I think recently when he's been given chances and opportunities, he's been poor, and he's looked very. And again, it probably comes down to minutes because we've seen how good he could be last season. But it's a completely different game. He's getting caught on the ball. He's not getting the opportunity to do the things that he did well last season for us, I don't suppose. And
let's be fair, the midfielders that you're playing against in the Premier League are night and day from the midfielders he plays against in the Championship. So there is that as well. So the next one is my favourite. I tagged this one. So Fabrizio Romano tweeted, Dele Alli training at Tottenham ground today while he's searching for a new club. Dele wants new chapter in football at 29 and Spurs gave him permission to train. The English midfielder is available as free agent after he left Como in 2025. Mr. Rossi 1990 says, give him a deal until the end of the season and pray to God he finds the form of his previous self. #LUFC. Come on, Luke. Break this one down. I mean, this is my favourite, but break it down for me. Come on.
I mean, it's... look, I know he came out and said a lot of things. He was struggling with his mental health and whatnot. And, that there was a lot had gone on in his early life and stuff. But this isn't the type of time to start just chucking absolute guesswork at a player that nobody's seen for the last 18, 24 months, that hasn't kicked a professional football for that long. And look, at his top of his game when he was playing in those days at Spurs, absolutely. Probably arguably one of the best players in the Premier League at the time. But
those days are long gone now, aren't they?
That ship sailed, I feel. I think probably realistically, he might end up back at Milton Keynes at best or somewhere like that on trial. Do you know what I mean? That's probably his level now. You don't recover from having that long out of the game and expect to just be like, look, I could be completely wrong. Somebody might take a punt on him, but Burnley or somebody next season maybe, and it might be fantastic for him. Look, but I doubt it.
Absolutely. Okay. And then the last one that will go, maybe it's just the name Jack. Jack CYM says, I see literally zero positive reasons to give Pirro minutes. I mean, he were unlucky not to score the one that hit the bar that was saved. He scored a good goal. And we need the use of the squad. So, getting minutes into his legs is surely a positive, right, Carl?
Oh no, that is. Sorry, Carl. I'm just going to interrupt now. Fuck you.
Sorry, go on.
It is a positive, but it's only for players that they like, not for players they don't like. It can only be a positive when it's Ramazani and Nonto, but not Joel Pirro.
Right. Okay.
They don't like him, even though he was our top goal scorer. And you know why they don't like him? Because he kept Matteo Joseph out of the team last season.
Look, this man holds a grudge like no other. No fucking other. I tell you what. I'm never pissing in your chips.
I hate the fact that Matteo Joseph is going to be worth next to nothing for us now, because I would like to have seen him, because he's a Leeds player. But I also, the other part of me, the devil on my shoulder, rubs my hands every day seeing Matteo Joseph do absolute dog shit and proving an idiot's wrong.
And Ramazani.
It's a real conundrum. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, because I want them to be worth money to the club and the squad, and I want them to do well. And actually, it'd be great if they came back. I got told that he would come back and be worth 40 million quid or something. Somebody said towards the end of the season when he went on loan.
Yeah.
And that he'd score loads of goals out in Spain, and somebody would pick him up and they'd buy him or they'd sell him for next to nothing or whatever. And then he'd go score loads of goals in Spain, and we'd be chomping at the bit. Look, he might mature a bit when he's a little bit older. Some players do, but the fact that he's not, I mean, fuck off. I don't know why we're talking about Matteo Joseph.
I don't know. You took us there.
You started it, man.
I think Carl might be slightly culpable for some of that, but never mind. Right. So that's the four. So we've got Jack with the Nonto and Ramazani.
The poll is live, and we have.
All right, okay.
I'll tell you that we've got Jack's back with some William Rama. Fark hates technicians et al. We've got Dealey for Dilly Dally Ali. Easy for you to say. And we've got no positivity for Pirro. So get out and vote for them.
Yeah, go vote for them. So the last one that I'd loaded wasn't that one. Oh no, I'd only done 4.
After all that.
That works, doesn't it?
All that commotion. Huh?
I've got 5 in my gallery in my phone, but I've clearly only clicked 4, so fine. So I will move it on again, but just as a reminder, because I played the video and didn't say it, there is a code here. Hopefully I'm pointing to the right place because it looks right on my screen. That if you take a photo with that or hover your camera over it, you'll be able to go to the merch store and you'll be able to see some stuff and buy some hoodies and hats and mugs and all that sort of shit. All right?
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out which way he needs to point.
No, you look like you're a guy in a room.
There you go.
Right. Okay. I will move on again now. Right. So the joy of the FA Cup is the joy of the FA Cup. There's all sorts of murder being done on the timeline on Twitter by people going, well, I'd take being relegated if we won cup, and others going, no, that's madness. What are you talking about? We can't afford to be relegated. I'd get knocked out of cup. When in reality, what we really all want is some silverware and not to be relegated. So, I'll take that option, please. Yeah. But we are back into the reality of the season. We are doing a little bit of this, which I did queue up. And
we're in London. That's the fucking difference.
Yeah, we're down at Palace with West Ham in FA Cup. We get through that. We've got a Wembley semi-final. We get through that. We've got a Wembley final.
Which is wank, by the way. Semi-finals should never be at Wembley.
Yeah.
Awful.
Villa or shithole over in Manchester is probably the best way to go.
Villa and
Villa Park. Why not? Makes sense.
Jesus.
So and if you talk about neutral venues, yeah, absolutely. So I think it is nonsense. It's bullshit that you have to go to Wembley, and the fact that we have to go and play another game in London if we get through is another piece of shit. But so we look forward to Palace. Luke, I'll come to you first. If you think of the starting lineup, so Ampadu's going to play if he's fit, Gabby's going to play if he's fit, Biol's probably going to play if he's fit. Bornau, Longstaff, Nonto, Pirro, James, Tanaka, Metcha, they've all kind of been on the sidelines. Perry as well. Did any of them do enough to force a position so that they're in for the Palace game?
Well, Beale certainly did, but you've already mentioned him. And then probably the only other is the one that I mentioned earlier would be Longstaff, but I'm not sure whether this is the type of game. And look, I know we said Gruev's keeping him out with his heat map and that little bit of a cushion and insurance that he gives you to allow Ampadu to do a little bit more. And I'm not sure. I would like to see Longstaff feature more because I think he deserves it based on that performance alone. And I think Gruev probably has been a little bit not anonymous. I wouldn't say it's probably a bit harsh, but because the things that he does probably do go unnoticed anyway. So no is probably the honest answer. The only one I might look at would be Gruev for Gruev out for Longstaff and then I don't know actually, because then again I want to probably see that midfield three back of Statch, Ampadu, and Aronson as well. So I don't know what to do because I think this is a game. Do I think this is a game where we should be going and attacking or is it a good point away from home if we get a point and not lose and keep the points ticking over? We've got. If
you think how we battered them though at our place, then surely we've got to go in with some confidence. Even after Sunderland and Man City, we've got to have a bit of confidence going into that game.
We have. I mean,
but I think in terms of Aronson, with Okafor not being available, I think he's most likely to play off DCL than in midfield, isn't he? Which gives you an opportunity to put Longstaff in.
Yeah, is Okafor available then? Do we think?
No, he's out till mid-March.
That's what I'm saying. I think with him not being available, so it looked like mid-March was what it was said. So if he's only training mid-March, it's probably going to be end of March before we see him starting a game, isn't it? If he's on the grass in next week or so, then he might get minutes after that, and then by next round at FA Cup we might see him.
I'm just looking at their recent results, Palace. They've not been that great. They beat Brighton in February, then they lost to Burnley at home.
Brighton have been shit as well, though.
Yeah, and they lost to Burnley at home in mid-Feb. They beat Palace recently.
Palace did.
Sorry, they beat Tottenham at Spurs last week. But got beat by Scum, beat to some team I've never heard of in wherever they are, beat Wolves. So they've not really had any tough fixtures recently either. So I think we probably should go there with a little bit of a bit of a hard on, shall we say?
If you want,
it's an opportunity. Yeah. I didn't realise they were doing so bad.
Well, the thing is as well. I don't mean to interrupt.
They do. Ashley says they play Thursday night as well. Yeah. Go on, Carl. Do interrupt me. I did it to you earlier. It's fair now.
I was making that point, but then you fucking interrupted me again.
I re-interrupted
you. They've got 4 players out, and they've got Philippe Mateta.
Who've they got out, Cal? Tell us.
Jean-Philippe Mateta's out, so he's a certain starter for them. So the only other side of the coin there is they've now bought Strand Larsen, haven't they?
Strand Larsen.
But Decore is out for them as well. So 2 kind of very significant players that are.
You said 4.
I did, yeah. But Daniel Muniz and Eddie Nketiah.
Right. Okay.
So there's Nketiah's not getting as much game time as he'd probably like, so it's not really relevant if he's out till April. But the other 3 definitely have been more influential for them. So maybe, like Luke was saying there, take advantage of Thursday night and absolutely run at them for just get straight at them. Just genuinely just get straight at them. If they've got if we can, kill their outball to Strand Larsen, the way he's been used as a target man for them now, well, I've seen brief highlights, obviously, from Match of the Day or whatever, but he looks like he's proper bullying them when he's playing up top, so we just need to keep an eye on that. I think put Xhaka on him and just put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Put him in a
He's not going to bully Beale, is he?
Take him out, yeah, that's the thing,
And he's not particularly mobile, so that's not an issue.
Yeah, and if he had any mobility in him, Rodon would probably clean him out anyway, that's not a bad thing. But I think Mateta and Decore being out for them is quite significant as well. Because Mateta is on that kind of still he's on that gravy train after he's quite a good season last year, and he's looking forward to the the World Cup with France this year. So it's one of those. It's there for the taking. We've only got Okafor out injured. That's the only injury we have at the moment. And to say he's the only one, considering we have DCL in the team, touch wood.
Absolutely.
Is
and
absolutely
Metcha.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And
Metcha came in with question marks around his fitness,
Yeah.
and he looked really, really sharp against Norwich, albeit against a championship team, but still looked sharp.
You can only play who you beat. Who's
Exactly.
in front of you,
Exactly.
You can only play who you beat.
That's what he
You
said.
can't beat who's in front of you.
Okay, so if that remains the case, then Luke, and everybody is fit, everybody trains well this week, and we go into the Palace game with only Okafor unavailable to Farke. We spoke about Biol, and you mentioned Struijk and Rodon. You mentioned JJ probably not getting in the back five, but being available for any of those positions. Do you reckon that's the back five? We'll see Gabby, Bogle, and then those three centre backs, and who's in net?
I think Darlos keeps his place. I think Biol does come in simply for the fact that Strand Larsen is 6'4", and he's quite good aerially. I think Biol might be asked to stand in front of him and just be a bit of a nuisance and just affect anything that he that he tries to do and hold the ball up and that and just try and beat him in the air, because obviously Biel's probably our strongest header of the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably and then from there moving forward, I know I've said I'd like to go back to how we were when we had Statch and Aronson both playing as pretty much eights, but then that obviously puts Ampadu in with that 3. So fuck knows is the honest answer.
But you know what? We're talking about different formations that people were going, facts, he's not going to change his system, blah, blah, blah. Now we potentially have 3 formations that we can pick and choose from. You know what I mean? We've got a 3-5-2, we've got a 4-3-3, and we've got a 4-2-3-1,
Yeah.
So to say that Farke isn't adjustable anymore is you just don't watch football anymore, because you're clearly just fucking blind as a bat. He has got options now, and he's got players who are very capable of playing in those formations from which we've seen. So,
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot, Carl. So Luke's given his thoughts on the defence and keeper, and slight foray into midfield. But I'm going to come to you for the question. So who starts in the midfield 3? Who starts in front of them?
I'm going to echo Luke's sentiment.
Assuming it is the 3-5-2 formation.
I would go with Longstaff and Ampadu and Stack to start the game. Kind of shore it up in the middle of the park, but you've still got that positive moving forward outlet from Stack, breaking the lines. I think then if you see how it's going, if we go a goal or 2 up, maybe change it up just to be a little bit more attacking. Take off maybe Longstaff and bring in, I don't know, you could bring in anyone at that point. Like maybe just bring in Gruev or someone, or bring Aronson in.
Go more attacking, take off Longstaff and
Are
bring
you dropping Aronson? So let me work this out, Carl. You're playing 3 central midfielders with to make up the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what are you playing up front? 2 strikers?
You're playing the 2 wing backs as well.
Yeah. But who are you playing front?
So you played 2 strikers.
Well, I was talking about the bleeding midfield first. Like, will you give me a second?
No, but
you're jumping way ahead of me here.
No, but you just said you were going to bring Aronson on. Where's Aronson? Is he on the bench?
No, I didn't say Aronson. He said Gruev.
No, I said Aronson as well.
I said maybe bring Aronson on to go a bit more attack and drop Stack.
You have dropped Aronson.
So you've dropped Aronson.
So, did you not listen to the start of what I said at all? I said shore it up for the first 20 minutes, make sure that we don't concede. See how it goes.
Do you think he's going to make changes at 20 minutes?
No, I don't think he's going to change it at 20 minutes, you spanner. Like, but Jesus Christ. I'm fed up with that shite. Fuck
right,
off.
Carl. So, Carl, you've got Ampadu, you've got Stack, you've got Longstaff. Who starts in front of them?
I put DCL in there. And
That's a good start. Aronson.
Probably Aronson, yeah, probably Aronson. But
who are you bringing on for Longstaff?
Aronson.
Apart from Gruev.
Well, no. Bring on Gruev, man.
To be more attacking.
Well, no, if you're bringing on fucking here, I'm not listening to you cunts anymore.
I don't know what happened then, Carl. you seemed to melt a little bit.
I had
Well, I
it
know
on,
what
and
you
then
said.
Luke
Hey,
just
what you
fucking
said-
interrupts
what you
and I
said-
lose my train of thought. It's just shite.
What he said there works. Start Aronson, and then what you could do.
I
is
didn't
actually
say
show
start
it up.
Aronson initially. I was just
No, you
talking
didn't. You
about
said
the
bring him on,
midfield.
but you didn't. You didn't
but-
think about who you were going to start
Yeah.
up front.
Yeah, I didn't think about
Right,
that
but-
part because I
but
was
it
on
works,
about the
it
midfield.
works.
But then this
So we've
dickhead
got-
started interrupting me, and I just
So it
fucking
works.
lost my train of thought.
So we've got Aronson behind DCL, and then
Yes.
I
what you
wonder
could
what
do-
makes it difficult for Carl to concentrate.
What you could do, Carl, then is you
No,
could take
don't
Longstaff
know what
off
you're talking about.
and put Aronson in Longstaff's position and bring Metcher on.
Yes.
You could do that. You could very much do that, yeah. if you
Or
wanted to.
Nonto, or whoever you want. Yeah, yeah.
I don't care. Don't care at this stage.
Start again, Carl, says Ashley Buckland.
So who we're playing? Why have we got 14 players starting?
Well, you've just added 2 to it, you fucking gimp.
So I think that through fluke or good judgment, whatever it is, I think we've landed on the starting 11. I think I think it is going to be Darlow. I think in front of Darlow will be Biol, Rodon, and Struijk. I think on the left is Gabby and on the right is Bogle. I think we probably see Ampadu, certainly Stack. There's still a question mark for me over whether it's Longstaff or not. I would like to see him start. And I think if that's the midfield three, it's Aronson off DCL.
Do you think we've seen the end of the two behind Calvert-Lewin? So where we played 3-4 because we had Gruev and Ampadu in the centre midfield, and then we had Statch and Aronson, didn't we? Behind.
I didn't think it really worked.
No, I didn't.
Not necessarily Stat, but when we did it with Okafor and Aronson, that didn't work. Aronson had been playing well, but when he were asked to do that right-sided role and Okafor were asked to go on left with DCL at middle, I didn't feel like it worked. And then we took Okafor off and Metcher went out there and he was really poor on left and then scored a brilliant goal from a right-sided cross. But you know, I don't think the 3-4-3 is something that has worked for us with the personnel that we've had there. Maybe that'd be different if you were looking at Nonto and James because they're more out-and-out wingers. But so maybe it's not the formation, maybe it's the personnel because I think Okafor, he's got great feet, really good feet, but I think his best role so far for us this season has been off a main man. And I think that's also true of Aronson. I think his form has come when he's been playing centrally, whether that's in the 8 or in the 10 role, which is ludicrous for me to say because I never thought he was going to be able to do that. But he's looked really different when not being played on the right.
I think he's wasted on the wing now, isn't he? I think we've seen the best of him through the middle of the park, and he's absolutely wasted on the wing. What was the last game he played out wide, and he was non-existent? Aronson.
I don't know. I think he's still as effective. I think the lineup. Let me just tell you the lineup that we started with when we played them at home. So we had Perry in goal. We had Struijk, Biol, and Rodon, which is what we've all said. Bogle and Goodmanson. We had a midfield three of Statch, Ampadu, and Aronson, which is what I was hinting at earlier. And then we had Okafor playing off Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, so Okafor not available to us. I think we do see Aronson move forward, and I think we probably do start with Longstaff.
Yeah, I agree.
I absolutely wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind us starting Metcher alongside DCL and playing Aronson in midfield, but you do wonder if it doesn't quite work out. What do we then do?
Yeah.
Because if it don't quite work out, you can bring on an extra striker and change the way then. But if you don't quite work out, then what do? You go in more defensive, and it's already not worked. So maybe I would away from home. It feels like we've biased it a little bit too much in attack by starting two strikers, out and out strikers, Metcher and DCL.
And we are away from home as well. We've got to take into consideration. But bear in mind when we played them at home, they still had Gehi playing for them, who captained them and played. They had a fit Eddie Nketiah and a fit Jean-Philippe Mateta as well, all started against us. So we're going to be playing a weaker Palace side effectively.
I mean, they have spent over 40 million on a striker, and they're going to be playing that striker as well. But you are right in what you're saying. But we absolutely mullered them. It's not like it were close, is it?
It was a walk in the park. Absolute
So-
walk in the park. I don't think anyone expected that.
4-1 flattered them.
Yeah, it could have been more. But,
Yeah.
you know, they'll have that in the back of their head anyway. Like, they won't want to lose 6.
But we also had
this
a fit and fire in DCL that were right in the middle of that massive purple patch that he had. And do you know what? I said at the time, and I'm going to mention it now because I've not really dined out on it much, but I said at the time, you don't drop a striker in that sort of form. I don't know, Luke, you said, well, he's not dropped him. He didn't start him. He started him on bench. And he's not really scored since DCL. But a striker that scored 9 in 9 really wants to play every game. And for me, I know that there's all the question marks around his fitness. I had that worry about it early on in the season. But for me, if you've got a striker that's banging every game, you play him every game. For me.
Yeah, I get
So-
that. He's just made a biscuits, though, so can't chance it.
But
can you?
he played the game after against Sunderland and scored.
Yes, but
It
the
broke
run
his run.
has
He
not continued throughout, and you know it's
He
all
was 6 and 8 goals or something at that point, wasn't he?
And you know what? If he comes back in and he carries on his scoring record, you go, you know what? That break really did him good. So you know, I'm not having a massive go, but for me, if his striker's in that sort of form, just keep playing him.
Yeah.
But I would have been the first to criticise him for not resting him if he'd got injured.
But do you also think it's because the potential lack of service into the areas where he's gone on that run has kind of dried up a little bit as
I mean,
well,
look at the
hasn't it?
Sunderland game. He had nothing to go on at all.
Yeah, he was feeding off scraps.
And it was horrendous when you think of the players that they didn't have. You know, Brian Brobby didn't play. Who's that shithouse in their midfield that came on?
I don't know.
Used to be at Arsenal.
Listen to the pricks.
Xhaka.
Xhaka. He didn't start. Massive player for them. He didn't start. You know, they were missing big players. Roofs in net has had a really good season. We really didn't take advantage of that, but you know, fine. But yeah, we didn't get him any service, so it's not all on DCL. Absolutely not. So, okay. So, any more thoughts on Palace?
Let's
Just
just
go
go
and
kick
sleep.
them
Are we-
Croydon bastards' asses.
Are we going to go win? Are you confident? in this one?
I think we'll win.
I am quite
But
confident, yeah.
I would also, a point is good. Don't be disheartened if we get. I don't want to go there and lose. That would be three Premier League games in a row that we've lost on the trot, and we need to get a little bit of momentum back. Hopefully, the Norwich game at home has given us a little bit of a boost, given some players a much needed rest as well. I think we probably will win, but I would still be. A point is a good point at this stage of the season.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Especially with next game being at home. Brentford haven't been a bad side this season, but at home you expect to be able to do something. If we take 4 from that, West Ham's next 2 games are Man City and then Villa. They could easily lose both of them. They could play well and lose both of them.
Yeah, and Somerville looks like he's going to be out as well, based off.
Well, we don't know, do we?
Well,
We don't
going for
know.
a scan or something. I saw that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not. Look, Carl.
Pardon?
No.
Right. Okay. I'm going to move us on again. Carl, I'm going to come to you for this bit. Each week, we do like to talk about how important it is to look after your mental health. I'm going to come to you and hope that you're ready, Carl.
I am ready.
Exactly. Excellent.
If you're seamless as always. If you're going through a storm or recently been through one and you're a man over the age of 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you out. We have venues in Horsforth, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and Morley. We are open 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Monday barring bank holidays. We also run weekly and monthly social events with our aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of our venues and everything we are doing is at Andy's Man Club Leeds, so give us a follow and help spread the word.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. So, last question from me is actually no two-pronged. I think we've already covered the FA Cup, but are we going to go win the cup?
I do think this season feels a little bit. I think we might. Yeah, I think we might.
Carl, you look scared.
I'm not scared, man. I'm just giddy at the potential that we could win the FA Cup. You know, that's all I'm
It would be
saying.
lovely, wouldn't it? It would be
like,
lovely.
We'll stay up. That's sound. But
No, that's my next question. Don't go on to that yet.
Oh, sorry. But to win the FA Cup, even it would just be like, I haven't seen us lift a trophy since we won the league in '92. Like,
all last season.
I didn't even see that properly. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, last season, yeah. We've seen us win
what I mean? Like the first,
I get you.
It's a major honour, isn't it?
Yeah, I get you.
And it gives you Europe as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a couple of European nights. That'd be nice.
Be okay, wouldn't it?
Okay, and then the next question, Carl first. Are we staying up?
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah.
I think we're far too good to be relegated. But good teams have been relegated before. I just feel that this
West
season
Ham were too good to go down, if you remember.
Yeah, they were, but I just think that there's enough teams around us that are a lot worse than us this season. Your Spurs, I think West Ham are probably now picking up a bit of form and probably are as good as us, if not better, currently. And Notts Forest as well. I think it'll be one of those two. I think it'll be either Spurs or Notts Forest too good, and I would absolutely love it to be Spurs.
Yeah.
I'd actually quite like it to be West Ham as well, to be fair, because I know they'd be fucked financially.
Either of them are, aren't they? Neither of them are going to be able to cope with that. I mean, have you seen the news about West Ham that they've gone to a financial house that is subprime, so that they
well,
can
it's basically the banks won't give them money.
Yeah,
it's a legal
payday lender.
Shark, isn't it? Yeah.
120, pretty much 124 million, and they'll be paying massive interest on it.
They've borrowed that money based on
Premier League media rights,
Premier League media TV rights. So
5 years.
I mean, he's done a Reesdale on it then, has he?
Yeah, but they've got no assets. They don't own the stadium. Obviously, it's the London Stadium, isn't it? They own their training ground, but it's not worth anything that would make them money, because they'd have to buy somewhere else or build somewhere else or do something different. So that's not going to earn them money. And what you're going to get in a fire sale, we knew Spurs absolutely ripped our squad apart, didn't they? Picked up players for pittance. If you think of Lennon and Robbo, they went for a fraction of what they were worth at the time, because we were
we get to sign Jared Bowen then as well, won't we?
Oh yeah,
I'd take him. Absolutely.
Fucking Denny
Even though we don't play with wingers.
Oh, look, he is 29 though, so Carl thinks he's over the hill.
Yeah, he's in the fucking bin with him. In the fucking bin with him.
Right, okay. Last point, Luke. I'm going to come back to you for the poll results, please.
We certainly can. And if you haven't voted, you've got about 10 seconds to vote on the poll, because it's a draw at the moment. So you'd be doing me a favour.
Go on, get in.
Go on,
quickly. If you haven't voted on that poll, just click a button, any button at the top, and try and pick either the top or the bottom one, because that would split them. If not, I'm going to end the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and no fucking voter. Cheers. And I don't know where the results have gone, so we're not going to get them now.
It was a draw anyway, wasn't it?
It was a draw. It was the top one and the bottom
which one's
one.
drew?
Yeah, it was.
So the top and the bottom.
Jack
loves Willie and Rama, something like that. And then the bottom was no Pirro, no passion for Pirro or something like that. No
zero positive reasons. Yeah.
Due to Drew. I don't know why that's disappeared. It usually comes up at the bottom there and gives me results, but it's not showing it tonight.
Fair enough. Right, okay.
Oh, right, it's come. Hang on. It has come.
Yeah,
Fark hates technicians, 16%. Dealy for Dilly Dally Ali, 20%. No positivity of Pirro, and Jack likes Willie and Rama, 32% each.
Fair. Okay. On the fence note, we'll call it there. I would like to thank Carl and Luke for joining me. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you once again, as always, for everybody that's got involved in the chat. It makes it so much easier knowing that there's comments coming in, and it helps us move things along. So thank you for that. If you've not already subscribed, click the bell, do all of that stuff. Give it 4 hours or however long it is, and give us a bit of hype on the video. You can do, I think, for a week or for a day, whatever that is. But give it a bit of that. Follow us on the socials. Click this bit here to get into the merch. Just get all over it. It's fine. It's ace. And come say hello on a match day and do all of that shit. And we'll call it there. Thank you very much, gents, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
It's all to know better. We all to know much better than letting Carl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live, shit take has been can't speak or even tell the time.
It's Moratoy's out the pram.
It's all
If I see his mother in
we
the
ought to know
stands,
much better.
I'm
This
gonna
ends
crack an egg
show for tonight. And if you like these weapons and you don't think that balance, please go check out our merch site. Good night.
Little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.